Do you like good old-fashioned slasher movies? If you do, then Dave Franco's The Rental will have you cowering under the sheets and afraid of walking into the woods. So grab your blanket, some popcorn, and let the slashing begin. The Rental is a horror story directed by Dave Franco about a group of 30-somethings who rent a luxury home in a secluded wooded area who are first spied upon and then murdered. However, Franco uses misdirection to throw the viewers off the track of the real villain. At first, we think it's Taylor, the racist property manager, played by Toby Huss. However, the killer is somebody else who is always masked and uses a hammer as a weapon. The film starts with Charlie, played by Dan Stevens, and his business partner, Mina, played by Sheila Vand, perusing houses for rent on Airbnb. They want to celebrate the closing of a major deal by renting a luxury home in the woods with their significant others. Charlie is married to Michelle, played by Alison Brie, and Mina is dating Charlie's brother, Josh, played by Jeremy Allen White. Tension emerges when Mina, whose last name is Mahamadi, attempts to rent the house she and Charlie chose, but is turned down. However, Charlie requests the same house and gets it right away. On the car drive to their vacation spot, the group decides the owner was put off by her Persian-sounding last name. When they meet in person, Mina confronts Taylor about it, but he avoids the issue.
Hey, dude, are you the one who does the bookings for this place?
Yeah, I booked this place.
I tried to rent this house for this exact period of time, but my request was denied. Can you tell me why that is?
I don't know. A lot of people try to rent this place. I don't remember your request.
Yeah,
It's just a little strange because my request was denied, but then Charlie, a white man, put in an identical request an hour later and his was accepted.
we barely don't have to get into this right now.
Mina Mohammadi, do you remember now?
If you don't like the house or have any other problems, the cancellation policy is listed clearly on the website. Outside of that, I don't have anything else to discuss with you.
After arriving, the group goes for a walk on the beach. When they come back, they get drunk and high on ecstasy, except for Michelle, who wants to be clear-headed for a nature walk the next day. However, during the evening's festivities, something unexpected happens. Mina and Charlie begin kissing in the jacuzzi and later have sex in one of the showers. The next day, Josh and Michelle are the only ones feeling healthy enough for the nature walk, leaving Charlie and Mina alone to discuss what happened the night before. They both agree that what they did was a mistake. Mina then decides to shower but notices what appears to be a small camera in the shower head. Charlie and Mina check another shower head in the home's second bathroom and find yet another tiny camera. Both assume Taylor has planted the camera and Mina wants to call the police, but Charlie realizes they can't because Taylor will threaten to show the video to Michelle and Josh, thereby revealing their infidelity to their mutual partners.
We can't call the cops.
What? Why?
It's all on camera. If we report this, then Michelle and Josh, they find out everything.
After Michelle and Josh return from their walk, Josh's dog goes missing. Also, Michelle discovers the jacuzzi isn't working, so she calls Taylor to fix it. Before Taylor leaves, however, Mina calls Taylor into the bathroom to accuse him of installing the cameras, but Taylor denies he had anything to do with it. Taylor suggests calling the police and pulls out his cell phone, but Mina tries to pull the phone out of his hand. While the two are struggling over the phone, Josh bursts into the bathroom and assumes Taylor is assaulting Mina, so Josh beats Taylor unconscious in plain view of the camera in the shower head. The group steps outside to discuss the events, leaving Taylor unconscious in the bathtub. They all decide calling an ambulance would be the best thing to do. Meanwhile, a mysterious man dressed in black enters the bathroom and chokes Taylor to death. Moments later, Michelle re-enters the bathroom to check on Taylor. She feels for a pulse in his neck and discovers that he's dead. This creates an obvious problem for Josh because it looks like he committed murder rather than assault. They decide to dispose of Taylor's body by tossing it over a cliff, hoping to convince the police that Taylor, who was drunk at the time, fell off it and into the sea. The remainder of the movie is a series of murders where all the main characters are picked off, one, by the mysterious killer who also turns out to be the digital peeping Tom, and who looks strikingly like Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th movies. This movie represents a primeval and irrational fear of the woods, something that horror movies have been using for decades as the basis for their plots. The usual story is a group of people, usually teenagers, enter the woods, unexpected things happen, and they all die because of an evil entity or because they all go crazy and kill each other. Usually, however, there is a final girl who survives the mayhem and escapes to safety. However, in the rental, we have adults in their 30s renting a luxury house. A racist annoys them and a murderer kills them. In the end, however, instead of a final girl, we have a final dog that survives. I suppose this pleases dog lovers and animal lovers in general, but really doesn't add anything to the plot. Good night, and always remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks very much.